Annuities didn't get a bad reputation by accident. A lot of people were told that they could get market upside with no downside. Then years later, they found themselves frustrated, locked into something that didn't grow the way they expected, and in some cases didn't even keep up with inflation. So the real question is the product the problem or how it was sold? Hi, I'm Drew with Retire Safer, a licensed health and life insurance agent. And this video is for educational purposes only and not for personalized financial or insurance advice. Right now, there's two loud voices in the retirement world. One side markets annuities like they can solve everything. The other side says avoid them completely. Both are oversimplifications. The real issue isn't annuities, it's how they're explained, or even how they're used. Most of the bad reputation comes from one pile of annuities, fixed index, and they're often explained something like this. You'll get all the upside of the market and none of the downside. And the statement isn't false, but it's also incomplete. What's usually not explained clearly is how crediting actually works. You're not getting full market returns. You're getting a portion of the movement based on two key rules, participation rate and a cap. The participation rate is how much the market gain you're allowed to take. The cap is the maximum amount you can earn in a given period, no matter how well the market does. So let's walk through this. Let's say your participation rate is 50%. That means you only get half of what the market does. So if the market goes up 10%, you don't get 10%, you get 5%. Now let's add a cap to that. Let's say your cap is 10%. That means 10% is the most you can earn in a given period. If the market does better than that, you don't get any more. So if the market goes up 25%, half of that would be 12.5%, and you would still only get 10 because that's the cap. So one rule reduces what you can earn and the other will put a ceiling on it. And both of those work together. And those terms aren't always locked in forever. They can change based on the insurer or economic conditions. So over time, the results may look very different than what somebody expected going into the product. That gap between expectation and reality is where most of the frustration will come in. And one key point to think about is, well, you're not directly invested into the market. The insurance company is allocating your premium to protect the principal and using a portion of it to generate an indexed interest. And that's what creates downside protection. But it also sets a ceiling on growth. Insurance companies are not in the business of losing money. And if you're trying to get protection on the one side, there will always be limits on the other. A lot of people are shown illustrations as well and not guarantees. And those illustrations are built on assumptions, market performance, timing, current conditions. Some are reasonable, but many are optimistic. So when you're making retirement decisions, especially with money that may be locked up for years, you don't want to rely on assumptions. You want to understand what's contractually guaranteed and what's not. This is the biggest issue. Annuities are often used for the wrong job. They expect them to function like growth investments, and that's not what they are. That's not their design. Annuities are not built to outperform the market. They're built for stability, principal protection, and in many cases, predictable income. If you expect market level growth, you'll likely be disappointed. But it's not always about chasing returns. It's about using the right tool for the job. And here's a filter you can use. What's the money for? Is it for growth or is it for stability? If it's for growth, obviously this isn't the tool. If it's for stability, this is where annuity can fit. Another thing, how much risk can you realistically take? Not in theory, but in a real downturn. If losing money would change your plan, protection matters. Do you want income you can't outlive? And this is where annuities are uniquely positioned. At the same time, there's simpler options. Other than fixed index, there's multi-year guaranteed annuities. They offer a fixed rate for a set period. There's no caps, no participation rates, no moving parts. But they're not talked about as much because they're straightforward and less marketable. Right now, a few things are true. Inflation has reduced the real value of money. Markets are unpredictable, and people are spending longer in retirement. And that combination increases the value of stability. protected principal, and reliable income. So when you step back and look at all of this, what's really important is having a plan that holds up over time. And that's exactly why I started this channel, to help people think clearly about the risk that can quietly damage their retirement plan. Living too long, dying too soon, or even getting sick. And if you're at a point where you want more clarity and more control over how your money is exposed to risk, please reach out. My email will be in the description. You can tell me your situation and I can help you think it over. And if you want more content like this, like and subscribe for more Retire Safer videos.